The revolutionary. The only one who posed a threat to the almighty Duke in the industrial complex. A legend and the hope of the citizens, as well as source of their despair. Why are you so surprised? Weren't you looking for the revolutionary? You are not the revolutionary. I'm currently in exile outside of a scenario. Click. There was simply no way someone without a scenario could become the revolutionary, the center of the demon realm's main scenario. At least, that's how it should be. Your declaration has affected the main scenario of the Siswitz industrial complex, but the most important thing to Star Stream is probability. You're the revolutionary. Yes, I am. Why would you reveal yourself? Because if I didn't come forward, someone else would die. It's about time for the effect to come into play. Many citizens admire your bravery, murmur good. Your noble courage affects the development of the scenario. You're now able to greatly affect the scenario. The scenario assigns you a temporary position. You're the self-proclaimed revolutionary. If the original revolutionary dies, you will succeed that title. You have obtained the hidden scenario, self-proclaimed revolutionary. It may just be a limited hidden scenario instead of the main scenario, but at least it should make it easier to hold out here for a while. Wait just 1 minute. Are you really the revolutionary? Hey! Swoosh! The Siswitz executioner put the mark of death on you. You are named the Night Sacrifice. Get out, everyone! Ah. Revolutionary? The exile penalty is partially alleviated. Phew. It's amazing how much more alive I feel now that I'm in a story, even if it's a hidden scenario rather than the main one. This space is temporarily shut down. You cannot escape from the bar. Fox. No citizen can stand up to the executioner. His special skill, execution, disregards all his opponent's defenses and delivers a death blow. The execution will now be carried out. No matter how strong the citizen, dodge, you fool. They can't block the executioner's side in this scenario. But, clang. Scrape. Sorry, I'm not a citizen. You are not part of the main scenario. 500. You are not a citizen. Screech. You are an exile. You are not affected by this scenario's execution effect. Execution's deadly effect is neutralized. Clang. I told you, I'm the revolutionary. He endured the executioner's blow. Are you really the revolutionary? Your contribution to the scenario increases. You insolent tough, don't mess with me. I know you're only strong at night. What? Once this night's over, you're dead. Because I'm going to kill you. Walk, pace, turn, Demon Count Siliki. Demon Count Han. I have an important message for the Duke. Tell me, I will pass it on to him. I'm afraid I can't do that. The Duke is currently in an emergency meeting with the Jillabat envoy. When will it end? I don't know. Darn, if I tell him, he'll take the credit for it. I don't like him. But it won't be wise to cross him. He may be a count just like me, but he has a connection to the 32nd Demon King, the god of wrath and lust. HMPH. It's fine. It's not urgent, so I can just wait. Keep wondering, you jerk. I'm not sure about it anyways. If I report I came across a demon noble assumed to be a Marquis of Jillabat, it may not seem like a big deal. Is the Marquis of Jillabat inside as well? He is. I suppose he came straight here then. Well, it is an important matter. So it's just as I thought. That means it's very likely that guy posing to be a demon noble. There's no way the Jillabat envoy brought 2 marquises. My report is worth giving after all. Isn't actually a Marquis of Jillabat. Clang. Sheeing. I can't protect everyone, so get outside. Ah. I choose bookmark number 4. Lycane Isparang. Personal skill, the Way of the Wind LV10, +1, has been activated. Leap. Slash. Your attack has no effect against your opponent. No one can kill the executioner before night ends. Darn, looks like attacks are useless after all. Too bad the transcendent Jung Yek isn't here. But there's no one here. Ua. Gra. Not Hui Wan Zhong, the judge of evil. Not Haiyan Seizong Li, the steel blade. Not Ji Hai Li, the naval commander. Not even my beloved kiddos Giliong Li or Yusung Shin are here. As for Su Yonghan, well, even if she were here, she probably wouldn't help. Ox, your right arm shines with the light of the sword master. Your attack has no effect against your opponent. I didn't expect the story fragments to display this kind of strength. Then again, I only tore his clothes because the attack didn't work. Your incarnation is unstable from using an incomplete story. 200. Your stories may be in danger if you continue fighting excessively. Drat, I'm feeling chilly again. I'd better avoid him as much as possible and buy some time. Until this godforsaken night comes to an end. Drat, I'm feeling chilly again. I'd better avoid him as much as possible and buy some time. Until this godforsaken night comes to an end. You will die. I'm alone here right now. All that I can trust is the information I've gathered, the stories I've collected. And myself. You've made a mistake. No, you're the one who messed up. There are 2 ways to survive the night in the industrial complex. What? The first is to run from the executioners until the night is over. Have you forgotten? But there's another way. The revolutionary and executioners aren't the only ones in this scenario. The second way to survive the night. Someone is using their life force to protect you. Flash! You executioners can only give 1 mark of death each night. Crack! Is by receiving help from the Guardian. The protection was successful, and the mark of death has been lifted. Pace. Seeing as you're loitering around, you must also be curious about who'll be the next Demon King. Well, sure. I guess the envoy really visited because of the rumor that the Demon King has appeared, huh? I'm sticking around to give my report, but I may as well dig up some info while I'm at it. Siswitz. Meladon. For hundreds of years, power in the 73rd demon realm, Ujilabat. Birken. Has been kept in balance by the 4 dukes. It's hard to believe that the peace they maintained for hundreds of years could be shaken like this by a mere rumor. It's sort of funny, a demon king appearing after all this time. Wouldn't you agree? What? How do you know? There are already signs of the Demon King. Apparently, Vedas joined forces with the Meladon Industrial Complex. Are you saying a nebula is stepping in? It's no secret in the entire star stream that constellations and Demon Kings are sworn enemies. It's unbelievable that constellations are interfering in matters of the demon realm. Even risking backlash from the Demon Kings. Does that mean a Demon King will truly appear? I guess that's why the Duke was so busy. Yes, after all, he's the most likely to be the Demon King. Ving. What is this message? A new main scenario has opened. The 24th Revolutionary Game has begun. Oh, you probably don't know about it because you haven't been here long. This happens sometimes. The Revolutionary Game. It's a main scenario here. Dash. It's no big deal, so don't worry about it. Just wait a bit, and the executioners will bring in the revolutionary head. Seems like we're in for an interesting sight. Rush pants, sir. What is it? Huff puff. Someone's declared themselves the revolutionary. What? Who? Right, but what's their name? It's a new revolutionary. Wait, what did you just say? Well, it was Jung Hyok. It was a man named Jung Yek Yu. He called himself Jung Yek Yu? Do you know him? Clack, I know him. So, where did he show up? I knew the Guardian would come out of hiding if I did that. Eileen said that even the Civil Council members don't know who the revolutionary is, which means the other incarnations wouldn't know who they are either. So even if the Guardian wanted to protect them, they wouldn't know who to protect. But what if the revolutionary revealed themselves? Zero, you were lucky. A new revolutionary. A new revolutionary has appeared. No one died this night. Hidden scenario, fake revolutionary. A category, hidden. Difficulty, SS clear conditions. You pretended to be the revolutionary and became the self-proclaimed revolutionary. In the time allotted, you must kill the true revolutionary and take their title. If you fail, you will meet a terrible death. Time limit, 30 days. Reward, 150.000 coins. Penalty for failure, death. So, the gist of it is, I've got to find the real revolutionary. Okay, ask away. Are you a total fool? Do you have any idea what you've done? Revolution. Revolution? Revolution, my eye. You're a fake. Etika. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? Everything's over now. You wanted this to happen too. Start a revolution and kill the Duke. I didn't want it like this. This is just a sham. What does it matter if it's fake or real? As long as it happens, it's a revolution. Yawn. I didn't declare myself the revolutionary lightly. A revolution isn't some joke. The fact that you can say that so easily just shows how unserious you are about this. Do you think you can accomplish a revolution on your own? It's a scenario that can't be completed to begin with. The reason I've relied on exiles is because it's impossible to kill the Duke through the original scenario. You can't even kill those darn executioners, let alone the Duke. People are going to die because of you. I won't. You saw I didn't die earlier. No, you'll likely be the first to die. Yep, I think so. That was just pure luck. Do you think the Guardian will protect you again? You may not know this, but the Guardian's protection uses up their life force. Every time they use it, their points drop, and eventually they die. They may have used it this once. But nobody's going to protect you a second or third time. Eileen. You know more about this place than me, but it doesn't seem like you understand the people. Do you really think it's possible? I do. But you're not the revolutionary. That's why I need your help. Let's create a revolution without a revolutionary. We need to find the people in each position. This is a game that can't be won alone. The Guardian is just the minimum requirement for survival. You need a fighter to go up against the executioners and a spy to root out the hidden executioners. We can find them one at a time. I don't think the required people are as far away as you might think. Eileen. Someone's asking to see you. What is it? I told you I'm busy. Send them away. Well, he claims he's the Guardian. Are you really the revolutionary? The bar owner? That's right. You're the Guardian? I told you they'd be nearby. I never expected them to be this close though. Why haven't you done anything until now? If you really are the Guardian, you've had multiple opportunities to save people. I had to save my points. I'm sure you know this too, if I'd saved someone else, but the Guardian can only save one person per day, a total of 5 times. This revolutionary would have died. You sound as if you were certain the revolutionary would appear. I've been waiting. Not everyone gave up like you did, Eileen. Are you finished? Now. Eileen, sir. Stop fighting and think about what to do now. Isn't it a good thing for us that the Guardian has come forward on his own? Then again, I was surprised too. I thought you only knew how to cook. Honestly, couldn't you have at least given us a clue? Why don't we exchange names first? My name's Mark, and you are? I'm Jung Yek Yu. Jung-Yek-Yu? I feel like I've heard that name before. Wait a minute. It's too soon for you to be getting along like old colleagues. Why should we believe that you're the Guardian? What, you think I'm the Duke's snitch? I believe you. I know you're the Guardian. Congrats on joining the Revolutionary Army. No, wait a minute. He came to us right after I declared myself the Revolutionary. If he were an informant for the Duke, he wouldn't have been able to respond so quickly. Because the last revolutionary scenario was 30 years ago. Fair. That may be true, but it's also not enough proof. But I'm positive he's the Guardian. Just as I knew that you were the magic engineer of Lindbergh, now that I think of it, you already knew that when we first met. And that Aslan's real name is Heongjang. Hey. You can't leak someone's privacy just like that. And he was born on Earth. As much as I need to. Does that mean you're able to see people's attribute information? That's quite a rare skill you have. Anyway, I'm relieved the situation doesn't seem entirely hopeless. I'd say it's full of hope. Sigh. I guess that makes us the fake Revolutionary Army. Fake? What do you mean? What? You're not the revolutionary? This is absurd. A fake revolutionary. A pitiful guardian. A civil council chair. And a foolish kid. You think this is child's play? Come on, a foolish kid? That's going too far, Mark. Stop fighting. What happened has already happened. We have to worry about what's next. So do you have some sort of plan? Rummage Mr. Fake Revolutionary? First, I need to change my face. Item, face of a Casanova who died during intercourse. Hey, Han? It seems like you weren't always demonic. What is it? So might I ask where you're from? Earth. Oh, I've heard of that planet. A place called Earth. Yeah, it's gotten famous recently. You must have been quite well known there for you to receive the god of wrath and lust's blessing. Ah. Something like that. What then? What were you? A sword master? Or an archmage? Department head of a major company. A major company? What's that? Well, if I had to explain it, I suppose it's like a nebula. Does that mean you were a constellation? It's just an analogy, but you could say it's a similar position. Wow, so you were quite a powerful being. What's going on there? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, a noble. Who ordered you to do this? Can't you tell by looking? We're blocking the road. It was an order from the council chair. For the time being, nobles won't be allowed to enter the citizens' area. What nonsense. What right does the council chair have to do this? Take down the barricade this instant. If you're that confident, go ahead and try it. If you don't, I'll tear you apart right now. You're acting out just because some revolutionary appeared? You don't think we can kill him? Seeing what happened yesterday, it looks like you can't. Are these bastards going on strike? What's that? It's when workers don't do their job and just goof around. I see. Yeah, it's something like that. I happen to be an expert at this, so leave it to me. This kind of thing happens when workers don't know their place. First, we need to strike some fear into them. I fixed it the best I could. Why are the features so indistinct? But it doesn't look very different. I think it's pretty good. By the way, are you sure you should be so carefree? It's almost the second night. It's fine until tonight. The executioners will come back. Mark won't suddenly become their target, right? No one besides us knows he's the Guardian, so it's not a problem. A Guardian can't save their own life. Eileen! The night is coming. The second night has fallen. It's the revolutionary. You are currently under the Guardian's protection. Doom. Who is the revolutionary? I am. You are the revolutionary. But the one who'll die tonight. Wait, this is... There's no way. They're already using this strategy? Leap isn't the revolutionary. The one who'll die. Wait, this is... There's no way. They're already using this strategy? Leap isn't the revolutionary. Look out! Clang. Ua. Your story configuration has been made incomplete by impact in battle. Xing Dan, this didn't happen on the second night. Originally, the executioners wouldn't have been able to kill me without orders from the Duke, and I'd get through the second night with them running around in confusion. You're all going to die. It's clear someone gave them orders. The story fragment, face of a Casanova who died during intercourse, was slightly damaged. Dan, my face. Keep the revolutionary alive. Our revolutionary. Is there some tactician I don't know about? Or did the Duke already take action? Everyone gather over here. If you're scattered around, I can't protect you. Dokja decided. There was no way the Duke had made his move. Gah. If he had, he wouldn't have just stopped there. If the Duke had taken action, the entire industrial complex would have already fallen to ruin. The one fortunate thing is that the executioners can only kill one citizen per day by the rule. At least until the third day. Clank. Fight back, everyone. If they don't put the mark on someone, they can't use execution. I'll run away. No. Don't go. Plop. Please, save me. If any more people get hurt, it'll play out the way they want. The citizens won't come to help the revolution. The industrial complex will go back to strictly following the Duke's orders. And Eileen's civil council will be isolated. Darn it, I need to try something else. Ailey, over here. Come and get me. Kill me. I am the Guardian. I'm the Guardian. Come kill me. D***** it. What are you doing, Mark? Guardian. Kill the Guardian. The Siswitz executioners put the mark of death on Mark Xavier. Whoosh. Ugh. Mark Xavier is named the Night Sacrifice. It was a fleeting dream. I hope you succeed, revolutionary. Clank. Don't worry. You won't die. Get out of the way. If I don't die, Clang, why are you all so impatient to die? Nobody's going to die. Clang, not in my story. Personal skill, character profile, activated. Actually, despite what I told Eileen. Character profile and name Mark Xavier supporting constellation, none personal attribute, dimension skipper, heroic, retired tier S mercenary, rare, first class chef, rare, personal skill. Cooking LV9, ingredient prep LV8, old-fashioned sense of justice LV4, sword dance LV9, hidden skill LV1, asterisk this incarnation has a special role in the scenario. Asterisk some skills are hidden as a scenario penalty. Even with character profile I couldn't exactly confirm the person's position in the scenario. But I have a general idea of the skills they possess. Special skill, bookmark, activated. Bookmark skill level has increased. A new slot is active. I'll put Mark Xavier, the Knight of Revolution, in the 6th slot. Character, Mark Xavier, was added to bookmark number 6. Bookmark number 6 has been activated. Hidden skill LV1 has been activated. You have temporarily obtained the position of Guardian. Someone is using their life force to protect Mark Xavier. The protection was successful, and the mark of death has been lifted. There's another guardian? No one died this night. Who are you really? What's your actual position? Are you really a guardian? I told you. I'm a fake revolutionary, so I could also be a fake guardian. That doesn't make any sense. Just move on from it. If I gave you all the details, you'd know too much about me. Let's say I give you all my information. How do you think this revolution would end if one of you happened to get kidnapped by the Duke and shared what I told you? I'm just Jung-Yek-Yu. That's all you need to remember. That really is one of the excuses Jung-Yek uses in annoying situations. Shut up. Dokja Kim thought to himself. The more I talk, the more it feels like I'm becoming Jung-Yek. I miss when Dokja was nice to me. Anyway, let's talk business. You're such a difficult guy. They have someone who's infuriatingly breaking my predictions. Somebody who's attacking us using rules of the game. But we got through last night okay. If there are two of us who can use the power of the Guardian, doesn't that push the odds in our favor? Not necessarily. At this rate, they won't use the mark starting tomorrow. If it's too hard for them to kill someone, they'll just make sure to injure as many people as possible. Right. If they don't put the mark on someone, the night won't end until the sun rises. Last night many people were hurt already. We lost. So what do we need to do now? We don't need to do anything. They'll probably make the first move. The other positions will soon come forward. The roles aside from revolutionary, guardian, and executioner. Knock knock. Someone's here to see you. Revolutionary. He says he's the spy. All the positions in the revolutionary game belong to either the side of the revolutionary or the dictator. But there's a single role whose side isn't predetermined. The spy. The team that gets the spy can win the game. Claw, are you Jung-Yek-Yu? That's how TW explained the spy. Who? What's this sense of déjà vu I'm feeling? Yes, I am. He doesn't look like how TW described him. I see. What the? Why is he acting so strangely? I'm surprised you found out my name. Ha ha. It's a famous one, after all. What's with the intense once-over? Glance. Oh, this guy knows Jung-Yek-Yu. What's your name? I am Aurelius. Aurelius? I feel like I've heard that name before. But not in TW. That's a unique name. So you say you're the spy? Indeed. Special skill, lie detection LV3, activated. You cannot use the skill lie detection within the revolutionary scenario. Just as I suspected. In that case, personal skill, character profile, activated. This character's information cannot be viewed with character profile. This character is not listed in the character profile. What's wrong? What? Updating information about this character. Information about this character will be added in the next update. He's someone who I can't read, even with character profile. That means he wasn't originally in TW. So he exists because of the variables I created. But is that possible? This isn't Earth but the demon realm. Are you here to join our side? What do you mean? Maybe, and maybe not. I'm here to save you all. It's plain as day that the revolution will fail as it's going. We haven't even truly started, and you're already declaring our failure. I'm not joking. Public opinion about you is not good. I guess you haven't gone outside to see. Create, it's the revolutionary. He came out. That's him. It's all your fault. If it wasn't for you, we'd be fine. It was better when night came every 3 days. My wife got hurt. Ah. Swish. What are you even saying? You jerks. You're really going to act that pathetic? You think it's better for someone to lose their life every 3 days, then? If that's how you want to live, leave the industrial complex. Why, you brat? What do you even know? Do you have any clue what it's like outside? The citizens are all part of the industrial complex scenario. If they leave the area, they receive the exile penalty for deserting the scenario. Does this mean we have to suffer through a night like that every day? What are you going to do about it? What are we supposed to do? Do you understand the situation now? It looks like you're on the Duke's side. That's unimportant. What matters is what you choose. So what is it you want? Surrender yourself to the Duke. If you do, everyone aside from you can live. The revolution is going to fail like this anyway. You want me to sacrifice myself? I can find a way for you to live as well. How? If you really are Jung Yek Yu, the person I work for will protect you. The one I serve is beyond comparison with the Siswit's Duke. But the Duke is going to want to kill me. He's making me curious, but I have to refuse. I see. You'll regret it. Let's turn him over to the Duke. The Duke said he'd end the scenario if that guy is brought to him. Night won't come anymore. I've witnessed something like this before. I think it was the Minyo soft labor negotiation. We need to catch the revolutionary before then. Interesting. We're all doomed the next time night falls. Somebody grab him. Step flinch. You think the executioners are frightening? It seems you've all forgotten, but it isn't night right now. Sheeing. What, he's going to kill someone. Leap. The revolutionary killing citizens. Slash. One down. Hidden scenario, fake revolutionary. A category, hidden, difficulty, SS, clear conditions. You pretended to be the revolutionary and became the self-proclaimed revolutionary. In the time allotted, you must kill the true revolutionary and take their title. If you fail, you will meet a terrible death. Time limit, 30 days. Reward, 150,000 coins. Entry to a new main scenario. Penalty for failure, death. One down. Who are you really? 2. Slash. And the last, 3. Goo. Ding, a change has occurred in the revolutionary scenario. Someone has killed an executioner. Someone has killed an executioner. Someone has killed an executioner. Executioners remaining, 7. The executioners? They were hiding among us? Aaron was an executioner. My God. Whack, why, you creeps? I'm glad you're dead now. Thwack whack, how could you deceive us like that? Sneak. Grab. Ack. Squeeze, you're still an expert at riling people up, I see. You got away with it for all that time, Mr. Han? I didn't expect my Ongo Han to still be alive. Before I reached the third main scenario, he was cursed by the demon god of wrath and lust while trying to steal my contribution in killing the Warden of the Dark. He went missing before I entered Chungmuro, so I thought he died for sure. I didn't expect to run into him in the demon realm. He's aged a lot. All the people whose info I couldn't check with character profile until now were people that had a relationship with me from long ago or before the scenarios, like Sanga Yu, Gilliong Lee, my mom, and that jerk Minu Song. And now my Ongo Han. I know you're awake, so you can open your eyes. Ua, you jerk. Did you come up with the name Aurelius yourself? A web novel? Come on, Dokja. You have time to waste on that? If you're going to read a book, you should read something like this. At least read good books, if you don't plan to build up your resume. Meditations. Marcus Aureli. You were always carrying around that meditations book you never read, and I see you are as pretentious as ever. Who are you? Who do you think? Wait, are you a millimeter? MMPH? Sure. If you say it, I'll kill you right here. Just think it to yourself. Understood? Ding, the fourth wall says, the demon god of wrath and lust is looking at the fool Dokja Kim. Wow. You can tell me that stuff too. Whom? Demon god of wrath and lust is the nickname of the demon king Asmodeus. It seems he's now an underling of Asmodeus. A high-ranking one who can even share his sight. You should pay me in coins if you're going to sneak peeks. Rimage otherwise, get lost. FJ-0 times, the Fuyin demon decapitator reacts to your story. Clack. Womb. Flinch. BZZZ. The connection between the demon king Asmodeus and his subject is temporarily broken. Clack, my name here is Jung Yek Yu. Nod if you understand. Nod. How are you? I'm sure I heard you were dead, Glotillan. I didn't die. I'm alive right here, aren't I? What are you going to do with me? I'm thinking about that. Please, spare me. We spent so much time together, remember? I don't have one good memory from all that time though. I am the spy. I can help the revolution. We don't need the spy. I can see other people's positions. I already found executioners without you. Yeah, I was wondering, how did you know they were executioners? I didn't. Who? Then how? TW did describe what some of the executioners looked like, but it was impossible to find them with that alone. I just used the Omniscient reader's viewpoint a few times. Asterisk, this incarnation has a special role in the scenario. Some skills are hidden as a scenario penalty. And saw that they had special positions. Then the ones you killed could have been innocent, or might have been someone you truly needed. Like the fighter. Cut the crap. You must think that if you drag this conversation out, but they won't. Other nobles will come save you. What do you mean? The citizens are only afraid of the executioners. Without them, even nobles can't invade the citizen district easily. If you kill me, you'll bring the demon king's wrath upon yourself. Do I seem like someone who'd be frightened by a demon king? What do you want from me? That's an oath of existence. You know what that is, don't you? Do it, if you want to live. Or you can leave here and be beaten to death by citizens. What do I have to swear? You won't get in the way of the revolution. You won't lie. You will directly answer any questions I ask, and you'll cooperate with me completely. For how long? Let's make it a year. Thumpdrat. How did you survive all that time? You were cursed by the demon king back then. So how did you become a servant of the demon king? I doubt Asmodeus was easy to win over. Asmodeus is one of the 72 demon kings. Myongo may be silver-tongued, but I don't think he'd have the skill to bewitch that guy. Plus, Myongo doesn't even have any special stories. I gave birth, huh? I gave birth to a child. Hidden scenario, fake revolutionary. A category, hidden difficulty, SS clear conditions. You pretended to be the revolutionary and became the self-proclaimed revolutionary. Ox in the time allotted, you must kill the true revolutionary and take their title. If you fail, you will meet a terrible death. Time limit, 30 days. Reward 150,000 coins. Entry to a new main scenario. Penalty for failure, death. Dazed. Swish. Eek. What now? What are you going to pick a fight about this time? You always screech like that. Why are you sulking? Mind your own business. What happened with the spy? Still? He's unconscious. Wasn't he unconscious when you dragged him away? To be more precise, he fainted again after being penalized for revealing part of his contract with Asmodeus. And it was just getting interesting. Flop, I gave birth to a child. What's wrong? Why did you let me join the Revolutionary Army? Who? I'm not the Guardian or the Revolutionary. I'm not even a chairperson of the Civil Council like Eileen. Darn, here he goes. Jung Yek-yu suffers from regressor's depression. None of the TW protagonists have great mental health, do they? But Haein gets bouts of intense self-hatred. Character Haeungjang's lethargy LV4 activated. Character Haeungjang's self-hatred LV10 activated. Night will come again. Will you be able to protect the people then? Probably not. Not even I know who all the executioners are. There are still 7 executioners I didn't get. I won't be able to catch all of them before the next night. If those 7 decide to start hacking people up, the next night will be a festival of blood. But we have a way to stop them. All we have to do is find the fighter. Clack, unfortunately, there probably is no fighter. What? What makes you say that, Mark? No one received the skills from the previous fighter. Unlike the other positions in the game, the fighter position is passed down from one fighter to the next. After the fighter who protected the last revolutionary died, there was no one to replace them. In that case, we can make a new fighter. They just need to take over the position from another fighter, right? Sure, but as far as I know, there are no more fighters in the 73rd Demon Realm. Who? I won't be looking in the Demon Realm. Glance. Dazed. Hey, try talking to the wall. What are you talking about? You have a wall, don't you? A wall that blocks you every time you try to learn something. How do you know about that wall? I have my ways. I don't know about anyone else, but I know Haeon has a wall. To be precise, he has a wall called the Unidentified Wall. That wall has stopped you from learning skills, what? And things like that up till now, right? That's why you've ended up being lethargic and self-loathing. I know you think of that as a skill wall, but it's not. But how do you even know about it has an entirely different purpose? Just hurry up and talk to it. You can talk to that wall, can't you? Come on. Character Haeungjang activated Unidentified Wall LV1. Whoosh. Up to Mr. Wall? Ding, the Unidentified Wall frowns. I didn't think I'd get a message too. The Unidentified Wall frowns. The Unidentified Wall looks at its master. Is it because our walls are similar? Ding, the Unidentified Wall says, you're not qualified yet. He's just as cranky as in the novel. Come on, don't be like that. Let him do it. If you don't help him, he'll die. The Unidentified Wall asks, who are you? The Unidentified Wall asks, how can you hear me? It doesn't matter who I am, just let him do this. Shouldn't he be able to use the minimum features? At level 1? Why are you stopping him? The Unidentified Wall scowls, war. Are you really going to stay grumpy? Things are not going to end well for you if you keep this up. You'll have a hard time finding a new host if he dies. 11 being able to put forth this much energy with not a constellation, but a single skill, shows just how much potential Haeon has. I have to make sure he awakens here. The Unidentified Wall says, you're so arrogant. Oh, its response is much more aggressive than I expected. Personal skill, the 4th wall, is strongly activated. The 4th wall greets the Unidentified Wall. The Unidentified Wall is startled. Can the walls talk to each other? The 4th wall greets the Unidentified Wall warmly. Friend. The Unidentified Wall begins to tremble. The Unidentified Wall says, who the hell dash, is the 4th wall angry? 200 NGH. The Unidentified Wall shouts in pain. The Unidentified Wall shouts in pain. The Unidentified Wall shouts in pain. Ah. BZZT. BZZT. The Unidentified Wall asks, who are you? I'm not exactly sure why Haeon has this wall. But my guess is that this wall has something to do with his job prior to moving dimensions. MIT Rockham Burt Row Rearoom Bitseat Me Lot 30 for 223 MAOM 32 Ot for U 38th. This has never happened to me before, -0 times. The Unidentified Wall has recognized the incarnation Haeungjang as its master. Enter the modifier or true name of the being you want to send a message to. What's this? What do I enter? Put in the names I give you. These are all TW characters who fought as fighters in the demon realm. Okay. What do I write? Enter your message Fox send cancel. I want to become a fighter. Please help me. Would that be good? I don't know. Try it. Did it really go through? Seems like that message failed to convince anyone. Let's try again. I'm looking for someone to make me into a fighter. I need your skills as a fighter. Please help me. Darn. They must all be ignoring it because they think it's spam. What do we have to write for them to respond? We just need to get a response, right? Do you have an idea? Can I write something else? Enter your message. I'm a freshman girl looking for a friend. Send cancel. Hey, wait a second. No recipient was entered, so your message was sent randomly to some constellations. It's being sent to constellations. Just wait. Do you really think they'll take that kind of bait? You have a message. Sender Abyssal Black Flame Dragon. Ha ha. What's so funny? He's just saying funny stuff. I don't think he's as bad as you think. He speaks like a gentleman. Yeah, right. Did you fall for him or something? You think he's a gentleman? Would a gentleman reply to a message that said, I'm a freshman girl looking for a friend? What? He really is just scum, then. He said he replied because I am a freshman. He just wanted a friend. He says he's the same age. Why are you so worked up? That's ridiculous. I don't know his real age, but there's no way a freshman's a constellation. No way, but still, isn't that a bit too young? Ah, wasn't that scream from the council room? You keep messaging. I'll be right back. Okay. What should I ask him? Just forget about him. He's not the fighter anyway. You should try talking to someone else. 100 You wrote down the list of names I told you earlier, right? Why did I faint? You passed out from remembering the pain of childbirth. Just from that? I believe you also cursed out Asmodeus a bit as well. That bastard. Let me ask again. What did you mean you gave birth, and how did you win Asmodeus's favor? I'd better start with how I came to be with child. I think I can guess. Wasn't it because of the fight with the Warden of the Dark? That was the start of it. But it wasn't because of him that I had a child. So you're saying it was because of the curse. When Myongo dealt the last blow to the Warden of the Dark, he was cursed by Asmodeus. And Asmodeus's curse uses probability to make the cursed being's worst nightmare come true. I see. But is that even possible? To give birth with your male, please don't ask about that. Dr. Kim thought to himself how odd this felt. Who'd have expected I'd talk with Myongo like this one day? Mr. Jung Yek Yu. Do you know what it means to become a father? I can't say that I do. I know now. It was so painful. Honestly, in his case, I don't know whether he should be called a father or a mother, though. And I was also happy. She is a lovely daughter. I'd like to meet her sometime. Is she in the demon realm? We're not together right now. So where is she? It's a long tale. Tell me. Are you sure you want to hear it? I like listening to stories. Myongo-han didn't immediately become the Demon King's underling. His story continued in a place my friends and I knew nothing of. He got through scenarios alone. Bringing the daughter he birthed with him. That must have been difficult. It was. I nearly died many times, and in the end, I fell into a crisis I couldn't help her in. The moment I fell into the dark castle scenario, I realized I wouldn't be able to protect my girl with my strength alone. Please? If someone protects my child, if you just save this child, I'll do anything. What a lovely child. That was Asmodeus. Did the Demon King take your daughter from you? Asmodeus is the demon god of wrath and lust. If he got his hands on a human, they probably wouldn't survive in good condition. She'll be safe. She was born out of Asmodeus's curse, after all. I can't decide if it's fortunate or not, but the Demon King is in a position where he can't harm my daughter, because he's taken her to be his physical incarnation. That's why I became a demon. I want to save my daughter. I won't beat around the bush. Please help me. What did he just ask of me? If you help me this once, I'll never forget the favor. What does he want to do? You've been around me a long time, so you know me well. When I turn to cowardice, there's no limit to how low I'll stoop. Clench. But even I have things I refuse to give up. Also, what happened last night was unexpected. GRYLLSS, I just intended to scare the people. I didn't tell them to hurt anyone. But the executioners got excited by the appearance of the Guardian and acted on their own. He swore an oath of existence, so he must be telling the truth. Sorry, but I have no intention of fighting with Asmodeus. You don't need to fight him. You just need to continue what you were doing, inciting the revolution and killing the Duke. That will help me. I thought you were on the Duke's side? I was, but with things as they are now, I'm starting to think that helping you wouldn't be too bad. What are you saying? Asmodeus doesn't want me to help the Duke. He offered me a proposal. If I make him the story he wants, he'll return my daughter to me. That's why I was working under Duke Sischwitz. What story does the Demon King want? The story of the 73rd Demon King. He told me to forge the 73rd Demon King with my own hands. Planet Lugracia. Clack. That's the end of the 15th scenario, I guess. I need to get stronger. Constellation, demonic judge of fire, looks at you with pity. Why does this constellation keep talking to me recently? I barely had any contact with them in my last round. Constellation, demonic judge of fire, asks why you don't search for Dokja Kim. Dokja Kim is dead. King, Constellation, demonic judge of fire, shakes their head, holding back tears. Your notoriety is spreading in the 73rd demon realm. Again? Why does my notoriety keep spreading somewhere as far away as the 73rd demon realm? I wondered if Dokja was alive and using my name. But he'd have no reason to do that. Pause, no, wait, what if he was alive but in danger? What if he escaped that awful fate and was barely surviving alone, with no scenario, at the story's horizon? If he did survive that way and is asking for help. Him, the 73rd demon realm, eh? Hidden scenario, fake revolutionary, a category, hidden difficulty, SS clear conditions. You pretended to be the revolutionary and became the self-proclaimed revolutionary. In the time allotted, you must kill the true revolutionary and take their title. If you fail, you will meet a terrible death. Time limit, 30 days. Reward, 150,000 coins. Entry to a new main scenario. Penalty for failure, death. Glatter, I fixed it temporarily, but you'll have to be careful when you go out. Understand? You're still outside the main scenario. Did you know, the past few days, more people have been coming in to get watches? Did all their watches break at once or something? No, people in the industrial complex didn't use watches before. It made no difference whether they knew the time or not. Why not? But don't they at least need to know when night falls? Well, even if they knew when night would fall, they could never avoid death. But now, there are nights where no one has to die. Thanks to you. In other words, people are now able to fear night again. Now, they don't have to simply accept night as a natural occurrence. It might be a solvable problem. Perhaps, they can even live hoping for a tomorrow. That's what people are starting to think. Thanks. I wasn't saying that to make you feel better. It's just that it's bad for morale if the revolutionary is all down and gloomy. Oh, wait a minute. Now that you brought up watches, do you know how to make other things too? Like a small communication device about this big. Jang Yekyu grew lonely at the sight of the watches. Those people had found time again, but he still lived outside of this time. Jang Yek suddenly wondered where he was living within that endless amount of time. Maybe I should ask Eileen to make me a watch when this is all over. That guy might care about this world more if he had something like that. Ah ha ha ha. This guy's hilarious. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing what you asked me to. Have you found a fighter? Well, none of the fighters responded? They didn't. Nobody replied. What message did you send? Tell me now. I'm a freshman girl looking for a friend. Hey, do you think they're all like that black flame dragon? Just how many messages did you send? They might have blocked him, thinking it was just spam. Dang it. About 300 altogether. This isn't good. That list was all the fighters I know. Try writing to the prisoner of the golden headband. Aren't they a super powerful constellation? They didn't reply. Maybe we should write something to provoke them. What's that constellation interested in? Do they have a special characteristic? Well, he's a male constellation. And he's a bit older. Oh, so he's an old geezer. Sent. You have a message. We got a reply. What exactly did you write to him? Sent message to prisoner of the golden headband. Grow my hair. Grow. Seriously? He says he'll kill me if he ever meets me. He's asking who I am. Should I say I'm Jang Yekyu? Don't respond. To that, maybe the secretive plotter would be okay? Say I can't exactly summon the demonic judge of fire to the demon realm, but I don't really know his identity yet. This is hopeless. Flame Dragon says he can help. You're still talking to him? Never mind about him. He probably won't be any help. No, he said that he was a fighter in the demon realm for a while. The abyssal black flame dragon was a fighter? TW never mentioned that detail. What? But he says he just killed everyone because he didn't like the scenario rules. He says he just killed everybody. The Duke, the Revolutionary, and the Executioners. L? Wait, was that back when the 64th Demon Realm was unified? I definitely recall there being a wild card like that in the Demon Realm history. And that was the Abyssal Black Flame Dragon? Ask him if he can pass on his fighter skills to you. He says it wouldn't be a problem because he's not using them anyway. Any transaction through the wall takes a toll anyway. What does he want? But he has one condition. He says he's had trouble recently. What trouble? He's not getting along with his incarnation, and they keep ignoring him. The Abyssal Black Flame Dragon's incarnation. Plus, the incarnation has got a crisis but won't listen to him. Tell him to give you all the details. By the crisis? Huff huff. These guys really adapted fast. Phew, that was close. NGHU darn. Bam, OF. Darn you, Dokja. And you too, Jang Yek. Drat. Dokja is one thing, but why is Jang Yek acting that way? I don't know what got into him that he shut himself in his room all day. Mumble, he chattered away to himself, then suddenly tossed the Korean Peninsula scenario aside to go off on some personal scenario, grumble. Now I have to deal with the cleanup in the entire peninsula. Geez, you startled me. What are you doing here? I thought you were busy playing celebrity recently. How long do you plan on acting like this? What do you mean? Just because law and order have dissolved, it doesn't mean you can go around killing everyone. These guys were the club law of the jungle. They would have done nothing but harm to Korea in the future anyway. They were going to commit crimes in the future. But you didn't even give them a chance. It's already been decided. You don't know anything. 3 ways to survive the apocalypse. That book is what the prophets called the Revelation, right? Looks like you picked up an interesting story somewhere. Did you read it too? What's it to you? It seems like the constellations don't know anything of that book either. Maybe that's why he knew things about the future. Did Dokja read it? Beats me. For now, info about TW is being filtered out, but there's no way to know how long that will last. That's why we have to limit the people who know about it. Why did he do that? If he knew about the future, why did Dokja make that decision? Sang-yu, she was just a normal office worker until the scenario started. And she worked at the same company as Dokja. They're always talking about Dokja everywhere. But none of them actually know a thing about him. He's a self-centered bastard. From start to end, he only thinks about himself. He makes a fool of people, lies, and is a hypocrite who leaves in the end. So to hell with him. I don't care whether he's dead or alive. Then again, there's no way he's dead. He's definitely out there, collecting stories, living the good life. Do you really think so? You don't know Dokja like I do. No, I know him. People don't change that easily. What? When everyone was crazy about improving their career, he just loved to read novels. Even if his presentation was no good, he'd listen more closely than anyone to others' presentations. That's why I know he's lonely now. We need to go save Dokja. Soo-young-han.